Haleakala Crater, the House of the Sun. Rising 10,000 feet above sea level, this national park represents more than 28,000 acres of Maui's wilderness preserve. We're on a two-day hike into the crater for an eco-adventure, joined by veteran park ranger Ted Rodriguez and hike master Jason Latas.
Maui's amazing. It's got so many different climate zones. This little rock in the middle of the Pacific, I can travel from one side to the other and be in another world. I mean, look around you right here. We're on the moon. It's a great feeling just to disappear and have your home on your back. You can come out here for a day or come out here for a week and literally just kind of disappear from everything.
The descent into the crater begins on the aptly named Sliding Sands Trail, a narrow 2-mile pathway made up of ash and cinders that were expelled from vents during eruptions. Along the way, we experience our first climate change, a dramatic and frequent occurrence here in the crater.
Just minutes after we dropped down in the crater, we got socked in by this cloud. Ted Rodriguez, who's a National Park Ranger, joining us for part of our hike. This is, what, part of the predictable unpredictability here?
Very typical. In 5 minutes, it can be bright and sunny like you're down at the beach. Come in layers, raincoat, rain jacket, and change as you go.
After being soaked to the bone, the cloud cover quickly disappears, revealing the landscape of this different world.
These are, what, pu'us or cinder cones?
Yeah, all those hills are pu'us, and each one has an individual name. But the largest there is Pu'u Maui. That's the largest cinder cone in the crater. And what that also represents, those cinder cones, is a line, and that's the fissure zone where the eruptions last took place.
We descend several thousand feet down the crater wall. Along the way, a beautiful panorama of the entire area unfolds. Brilliant red and gray tones stand out in contrast to the black lava fields and cinder cones lying in the distance. An unsettling lack of greenery is broken only by a few endemic silver swords and other native plants found nowhere else in the world.
Well, from here we've come down at least 3,000 feet. We're almost to the basin here. We'll pass through this old lava flow, and you can see the trail just disappearing up that red hill.
Oh, the switchback over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be halfway there once we get there.
That's halfway.
Yeah.
Only after hoofing it across the crater floor can you get a true perspective for the magnitude of Haleakala. Cradled in the womb of this dormant volcano, we forage onward on an endless trail. Our destination, the Holua campground, where we'll be spending the night. On our way there, we pass several notable features of the crater. The bottomless pit, a sacred chasm which some Hawaiians claim extends all the way to the sea. And Pele's paint pot, a surreal display of varying colors formed by the mixing of minerals and lava during an eruption.
We're almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. There's our destination camp tonight. You can see the cabin in the mist there.
Arriving exhausted at Holua Camp, we're greeted by a few rare and endangered nene, the Hawaiian goose. We bid farewell to Ranger Ted, who braves the hike out of the crater alone, and break out the tents for some much-needed rest.
Okay, you might see the bottom of the zigzag there. That's the switchbacks. That's where we're going. And we're going up to the top and out. No sweat. Easy.
A lot of people like to just grab a map and hike into the crater or hike up into a valley on their own, which is great. It's great to get out on your own, but you don't really learn about the things around you. And the neat thing about Hawaii is this unique ecosystem here that formed out here in the middle of the Pacific. And without somebody to tell you about it, it just looks like pretty plants. We like to get you out and have fun, but we like to teach you about the area at the same time. And we feel that all of our people that come hiking with us, no matter if it's in the crater, Haleakala, or in the West Maui Mountains, they leave with a sense of place, like they feel like they belong to that place for the time they were there.
We're near the end of the trail, sitting on a ridge. What do they call this?
Skinny Ridge.
And there's a good reason for that. You saw off that side, you can also see off this side, and this is very near the top of the trail. And back to our car, it's a good time to say thanks to Jason Latas. Jason, thank you very much. Latitudes and Attitudes Adventure Tours. Check him out next time you're out here at Haleakala. Thanks, Heather. Enjoyed your company very much. Stick around. There's more Hawaiian sports adventure to come right here on ESPN. Shall we head for the car?
We go.
Maybe a few cervezas up there waiting for us.
You never know.
Go ahead, lead the way, Heather.